Hello everyone, Joshua Myers, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 1982 horror anthology movie Creepshow.
Tales of horror that will give you the creeps.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Verrill.
The most fun you'll ever have being scared. Creepshow. Rated R.
Now playing at a theater near you.
So I just got done watching Creepshow for the very first time. This is my third anthology horror movie that I've ever seen. Prior to that, I've seen Trick or Treat and All the Creatures Were Stirring, which were Halloween and Christmas themed horror movies. This one is different. It's not specific to any one theme. It just tells different stories that eventually tie in together. And I really love this one, actually. Do I think it's better than the other two I've seen? No, honestly. Maybe it's slightly better than All the Creatures Were Stirring. I think, honestly, Trick or Treat is a better anthology movie than Creepshow was. But I had a fun time with it. Now, you get, I think, 4 different stories, and you have an intro and an ending that and you have an introduction that the ending ties into. So yeah, basically you have 5 stories, basically. And there's not much I can really say about these stories without getting into spoilers or anything. But honestly, I really did like all these stories in that. There were a lot of actors in here I was not expecting, most specifically Tom Atkins. I was not expecting him to be in this one. He was a character that was in the opening and end sequence, and that was really good. There were just really good stories. And it was a fun movie. I really liked it. It's so much fun. Now let's talk about who made this movie. Now, it is directed by George A. Romero, who did Night of the Living Dead, most of his Of the Dead movies, like Dawn of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, so on and so forth. And also was the story, the screenplay for this was written by Stephen King, which he stars in one of the stories. And honestly, I thought that was really good, because if Stephen King were to have directed this and write it, it probably wouldn't do so well, actually. I think Stephen King is one of those things where he's a better writer than he is he's a better writer and storyteller than he is, directing film adaptations, honestly. As we clearly see with films like the original It miniseries. And honestly, there's really not much I could say, like I said, without getting to spoilers. And I don't know, if you want a much more in-depth review of this movie, I may do one at some point, maybe, but so right now I can't really get into it without spoilers. But if you do want to see, more, much more detailed thoughts and reviews, I'll put some links in descriptions for certain reviews of this movie, so you could go check it out. I'm just giving my quick first initial thoughts on this film, and I know there's a Creepshow 2, and there's going to be a Creepshow series on Shudder, and I really want to check those 2 out. So I'm going to give Creepshow a 4 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't say it's not one of the best horror films of all time. I wouldn't even say it's one of the best anthology movies. In fact, honestly, I think Trick or Treat is a better horror anthology movie. I really do. But this is a really good movie. It's a really fun film. Highly recommend it. Like, I highly recommend you go check it out any way you could. And I'm really excited to potentially watch Creepshow 2 and maybe one day see the Creepshow series that Shudder's putting out soon. So yeah, this turned out to be a really quick review. Just only my initial thoughts on the film. Some ideas about what, like very vague ideas of what it's about. Because, like I said, honestly, if I were to get any more detail, I would be worried about spoiling the movie for you guys. Seriously. But I highly recommend it. It's a really fun movie. Go check it out. So that's it for right now. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.